Right guys, so this is going to be my last video until show day. Not sure what I'm going to film on show day, but what I did want to do for mainly the male competitors out there is give you an overview of what to pack in your show day bag. So I've been caught short before. I've had too small of a bag, something which is hard to find stuff in. Whereas this year I was like, that ain't going to happen. We're going to take a suitcase, we're going to pack it properly, and we're going to make sure everything I've ever needed and thought, shit, I need this, and had to send people to the shops or not had it, is all in one place. So I'm going to run through with you what is in my bag. And this is something you can take away if you're a first timer, or even, you know, a novice to open bodybuilder who kind of doesn't plan things very well, whereas I'm a meticulous planner. So I like to have everything with me so I can't get caught out and get stressed over things which you shouldn't stress over on show day. And I am a bit of a stress head with things. If there's something on my mind, it will affect me. So for example, this morning, new piece of kit delivered yesterday, not having it where I wanted it today will have stressed me out all weekend, even when I'm competing. So I had to get that sorted this morning. So show day bag, we're going to start off with the basics here. So already in here, because I haven't taken them out, is I've got electrolytes. We've got Gatorade all the way from the States that Amira brought me back. We have a black set of Amazon headphones because I don't want to lose my Beats. So they'll stay out front with family, but backstage I'll just have in-ear phones. When you got tan on anyway, you don't want overhead earphones because your tan will run. We've got a pack of sweets, pack of strawberries in there just in case I need them. And then we have more electrolytes for after the show. So that's the basics in there. So where do we go from here? First of all, a show day towel. So I just picked an old towel, which I actually robbed from Carden Park. Played golf there last year and the buggy was soaking. So I got a towel from the spa and I've just kept it since. So show day towel, always good to wipe down if you get a bit sweaty, or you know, after you've competed, so you know, to get some of that tan off, to stop it running or anything like that. So towels in. Then I always suggest a couple of pairs of spare boxers. Nothing worse than having to go commando after you've competed. Putting on a nice pair of dry boxers, really, really important. Couple of t-shirts. So I've got two big oversized tees, which I'm not asked about damaging. So I've just got a Prophecy one there, and I've got one of the old Elite ones as well, both 4XLs. So if they're going to cover me really well, dead straightforward. Then I've got a couple of tea towels. Why have you got tea towels? Because a big towel can be a bit of a hindrance. If you just want to wipe your face or things like that, I bought three of them for £1 in Home Bargains. They're just easy things to have on you. You know, and when you finish with them, fucking bin them. Don't take them home. Just get some new ones. It's actually more hassle putting them in the fucking wash. So they go in. Then we've got cutlery. So I've got a spoon and a fork. Don't really need a knife. I can spread peanut butter, almond butter with a spoon and fork. And also, I got a nice new cutlery set recently. I'm not taking nice new cutlery. We'll take old cutlery. Then pump up bands. I've got £50 pump up bands, which split into 30. So they always tend to have them nowadays at the venue, but I just like to have my own pair, just so I know that I can get on what I want to get on. Cost you £10 on Amazon, well worth the buy, which is good. So pump up bands are in. I then have my 3 pairs of show day trunks, all in Tupperware. So if you don't get wet, if you don't get almond butter on them or anything like that, they're packaged like that. I know which ones I'm wearing, but I've got backups. Always have more than one set of trunks, just in case anything goes wrong. Happens more so with women, like their bikinis split and things like that. Happened to Amira last year, but it's always good to have. So next up, we'll go with food. So rice cakes, easy sort of form of carbohydrates. We've got slightly salted Callo, and then back up lightly salted Aldi, because we only had one pack in Sainsbury's when I went for the Callo ones, but they're identical in calories, no difference. We then have 3 Squares bars because they might be needed. Again, simpler carbs, get in the body much quicker. than like a rice cake with jam on it and things like that. And also they're a bit denser. So I find that things you have to eat in higher volume on show day, we want to keep our stomach tight. So things if a little bit higher in sugar and a bit denser are always better sauces to use. I then have my Tupperware. So if I need to eat a bowl of cream of rice or anything like that, I have something I can make it in. And again, I don't want to be taking my chunks out and then using that bowl. Just having a spare bowl is really useful. So that's there. To go with that, I have bagged up 250-gram servings of designer rice pudding in there, and also I've got 2 servings of JP's cream of rice, which comes in travel serving sizes. So they're 50 grams each. Dead easy to sort of travel with. They're not going to split. I've actually bagged within a bag, so nothing gets lost. And I've wrote on my bags what quantities are on there just in case I forget. Then we have 85% dark chocolate. Don't know whether I'll need that, but I thought I'd get it just in case. Again, I don't want to be running the shops later tonight if Martin messages me and say this is what we need for show day, so it's just easy to have it. Then I have my almond butter. Almond butter goes in, as does my jam. Okay, nice fresh jam for tomorrow. They used to do a good squirty jam, now we only do the shitty jam in squirty bottles, so we don't bother. We then have 3 scoops of whey. Again, keeping your gut tight on show day, we don't need much protein, but I've got 3 servings of 25 grams of whey, just in case I need it. They probably won't be. I probably might use 1, but I'd rather have more packaged away that I can just use for the next show anyway, and they're kept airtight. All's good with that. Okay, then we have our shaker. So we always need a shaker because if you take a pump product pre-stage, you need something to mix it in. And also, if you're manipulating water through the early phases of the day, we can see how many ounces or how many millilitres of water is on the side of a shaker. So rather than you eyeballing it with a bottle, just put it in your shaker. That's how much you've got per meal. My next meal, I've got 150 ml of water, so I can filter 150 and just drink it like that, dead straightforward. Okay, so that goes in. We then have our pump product. So we have our one source pump, which was given to me by the company to try out, and it is really good. Really rate it. Solid pumps this last week and a half, been using it. So that is the one which is coming with me tomorrow to try out. So that goes in. Again, I'm taking the tub rather than a serving, just in case, you know, I need more than 1 serving, but also if you go into the overall, which we're doing, we've got that there. So then the nitty gritty of it, we have our salt here. So that's the engineered muscle dispenser. So each click is 0.5 gram. So it just makes actually weighing things out really, really simple. So you said, your coach says to you, have 1 gram of salt with that meal. 2 clicks, there's your 1 gram of salt. You don't have to bring your scales. They don't have to be like, you know, really sort of accurate, sort of low quantity scales like your cocaine scales that everyone has, not. Dead straightforward. Then I have my wash bag. So in my wash bag is, again, probably much easier for men. We have a pack, well actually I've got 2 packs, I don't need 2, we'll leave 1 out. We've got some sensitive baby wipes. Again, if you get almond butter on your hands or and jam on your hands, you don't want to be going on stage sticky, but also to wipe the tan off post-show. I have my toothpaste and toothbrush, and then I have my comb for my hair, and I've got, I don't normally use like a putty, well, this type of fibre putty, it holds. And when you get your tan done tonight, lads, or to whenever you get your tan done, if you have hair, it's like you've got to sleep in that hair and then you've got to do your hair in the morning. It's not the easiest thing to keep in the position you want it all day. So that stuff holds really well. It might give a bit more of a wet look, but I always find that a streamlined look on stage definitely looks better than a fucking mop head or, you know, like a ket wig. So we have that in there. So that's my wash bag. I'm not actually going to put that other box of wipes back in because I don't need it. And this is seals up. So that's in there, my wash bag. We then have a tripod. Obviously, I like to film a little bit, but also if Martin needs any shots when I'm backstage, I can set it up, take a video. I also have with it a loom light, which makes life easier because how many times have you been to a hotel room the night before? You can't find decent light. 12 quid on Amazon, no fucking brainer, dead straightforward. So that goes in. And then we get to the fun stuff. So the supplements, what is coming with me tomorrow? So We have Rennie, because I do get the odd bout of indigestion and I do not want to get caught short. We have aspirin. We have paracetamol. We then have Engineered Muscles pump product in case I fancy an injectable pump. Nose unblocker. Why do you have nose unblocker, Luke? Because I take, where are we here? Anyone know what these are? Cialis pre-stage. But one of the effects of Cialis is a blocked nose. So last thing I want to do is not being able to breathe when you're focusing on your breathing on stage. So we have that. I then have some Aldactone and I have some Diazide. So obviously that's not going to be used tomorrow. It's more likely to be used today. But I like to keep everything in a box in case I'm away, which I am for most of my shows this year. So I've got everything already in here, packaged up. There's no stress. I'm not worrying that I'm going to get caught short. So that goes in there. And then the only other thing is obviously my show day vape. So we have banana ice because it is the best flavour. So that goes in. We know what we're doing. I also have a power bank because, again, my loom light requires power. So it's all well and good taking your fucking tripod of your loom light, but then if you can't find a USB connector where you are, you're screwed. So always have my charger pack with me. Also, obviously a phone charger in case you're there backstage all day and you've got friends watching you. So it's just dead easy. Other than that, the only other things which will be prepared tonight for tomorrow. Chicken breast. I'll make 2 portions of 100 grams of chicken breast. I've got bottled water in the car ready. 250ml snack ones. Dead easy to transport. I'm not carrying around shitloads of weight. I've got cloves obviously in here. I didn't need a dick sock because they actually provide them this fed. So when I get tan tonight, they've said don't bring a sock, we provide you with a brand new sock, which is perfect. What else will go in here when I'm staying over is a black bed sheet, because if I'm staying in a hotel or an Airbnb, I do not want to get my tan on someone else's stuff because I'll get charged. But obviously I'm staying at home tonight and driving up tomorrow, so I don't need that. So we haven't got it in here this week. And again, I'm not taking things which don't need to be in here. The only other thing which needs to go in is in my bag. Which is a hand fan. So don't get caught short and think it's bent or anything like that. £1 on Amazon, save you sweating backstage after you've pumped up because you pumped up too hard, is going to make all the difference to just lightly sort of cool you down before you step on stage, because it does get hot under them lights. It gets hot there in general, so do not get caught out for the sake of £1 and looking a bit like a concubine. So guys, that's my show day bag, all done. There's literally nothing else that needs to go in here. I am well prepared. What the plan for me is now today is I've had 3 meals. I'll put some pictures up here now of how I'm looking. To eat a meal in the car, get tanned, and then on my way back, fly past the gym, check in with Martin after meal 4, an hour after meal 4, so he can give me what food he wants me to have tonight. To be honest, I'm not bothered what he gives me. I'm tightening up really, really well. I'm just ready now. Then I'll review it all later and we'll get this up prior to show day tomorrow morning. I might even tag the morning's bit onto today's, and then we'll just do show day when people follow me around tomorrow. But that is how you pack your show day bag. Thank you very much.